just to let it rain. Even if I pick it up, would it not mean a thing when I think I'm not around? It makes me wanna scream. There's no one else here to save, so won't you set me free? Will you save me? Will you leave me here to die? Will you wake me up on the outside of this night? If I wake up in the morning, would I still be okay? And all the things that I left broken, would they get in the way? If you call me and I answer, would it be my mistake? Only time will tell me. What would you say? Will you save me? Will you leave me here to die? Will you wake me up on the outside of this night? Or is it my intention leaving me here wanting more? Will you keep me long enough to let me just go away and all the things that I left broken? Will you save me? Will you leave me here to die? Will you wake me up on the outside of this night? Will you save me? Will you leave me here to cry? Will you wake me up on the outside of this night? You know I'll never leave. You know I won't deceive. Pick your head up off your shoulders and smile at yourself. Smile to you believe. Will you cut me when I'm dirty? Will you bathe me in the truth? Say your name out loud and claim the reasons why you captured me. Do you believe it's alright? I'm okay. Finding reasons, stole my eyes, touch my face. Hear me breathing. Can this higher take away the things that I should say? In this time, find our way. It's the feeling. Find our way. We'll talk about this later. Cannot believe it's through. Let it in the moonlight, give me time. My memory captures you. Do you believe it's alright? I'm okay. Finding reasons, stole my eyes, touch my face. Feel the feeling. Can this time take away
it go? Where did the music go? Hello, Heather LeBlanc and Keith Reed and Chris, my old friend. And Matt James, my new friend. Hello, Cheryl. Cheers, everyone, and welcome to Drinks with Dempsey. Either I'm a giant, or this is a miniature coffee mug. I don't feel any bigger than I was before, although I did work out earlier today. Hello, Cheryl. Happy New Year. And Kowalski was up. That's an old commercial. I haven't seen that one in a while. Hello, Diane. Thank you, Allison, for all those hashtags. Hello, Sam Nosh. And congratulations to Cheryl on winning. Happy New Year, Michelle. Hello, Candace. Oh, you lovely people. Goodness gracious, so many comments already. It's hard to keep up with them. Makes me wonder how real celebrities do it when they do lives like this. Dr. Kelly, it's good to see you. Hello, Pete, my old friend. Tom Steele, good to see you. Shannon. Hello, Neil. Yeah, I'm not watching the Everton game right now. I am fully expecting the Blues to lose today, as I saw they were down 2-1 a few minutes ago. It could be worse by now. I don't know. I'm not really going to talk about it too much. Maybe later. Maybe later I'll mention it. But so, how you guys doing? Your new year off to a good start? The Horizons End cube on the corner. Yeah, it's well, soon there's going to be a new emblem there. Good grief, this thing is hot on the head, but not on the rest of me. This heater, it's making my head warm, but I don't need my head to be hot. So I'm sitting outside because, I like to do the shows outside, but also we're having a play date with our daughter. So there's a kid. Her bestie is in the house. They're having some yogurt, and then they're going to start playing. So it doesn't seem like the conducive environment to do a show in the studio upstairs. Part B, I still can't find my little mini tripod. I don't know where they are. So I had 2 of them, and I can't find any of them. You're sorting your sock drawer while listening. Okay. Oh, there goes a plane. Oh, come on, Keith. You don't have to sully my show with that nonsense. I'm not even going to comment on it, except for what I just said. So I watched the first episode. I've got some interesting comments today. I think they're interesting. My take on a few things. I finally finished the Andor series. I think I finished that before we went to Miami last week. We went to see my brother in Miami last week for New Year's. And then but just prior to that, we finished Andor, but I haven't done any shows. No live shows since I finished it. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the first episode of Wednesday on Netflix, which I enjoyed. And but not for the reasons you might think. I don't know what reasons you might think of. But we started that last night, and then and today I saw maybe this has been out for a few weeks. I'm always a little behind, but today was the first time I saw, I'm going to adjust this. I saw the trailer for the new Nicolas Cage movie, Renfield vampire movie. And I got to say, I'm excited. I don't hate on Nick Cage like a lot of people, out there. They don't like Nicolas Cage, but I've liked a lot of the movies he was in. Raising Arizona was a cult classic, and Face Off. was fun to watch. So I mean, he's had some fun movies, and I've liked him in a lot of the roles he played. And this one looks really interesting to me. And I do love vampire stories, which is interesting because I don't really write them, but I do enjoy the films. I've only read a little bit of some Anne Rice stories, which are pretty good. But yeah, you're here for Wednesday. Yeah, Jenna Ortega. Will you be using the Pool of Siloam in your adventures that was mentioned in the news this week? I do not know. But maybe I'll address that on Sunday on Coffee Nation. I have not prepped that as part of my discussion for today. Because I do a lot of prep work for these shows. I go in and I do a lot of planning and outlining and scripting, and that is not true at all. Me and my mini mug. No. No, it's not in my in-laws' house. I don't even go. I've never been to my in-laws' house, either one of them. So I've never even been in their homes. It's gray and cold there in the UK. Well, you can see it's sunny now. We were in Miami over New Year's, came back on Tuesday. We left perfect weather down there and arrived back at thunderstorms. And it was not, it kind of was irritating. The storms cleared out fairly fast the next day, but there was a lot of rain. And then now it's sunny, but a little chilly, but it's like it should be. Although I will say I'm doing the show outside in January, like early January. So it's probably warmer than it usually is on average here, which seems to be the trend, for which I have given a solution numerous times on this and other shows. A task to which you committed. Oh, that's good. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you finished it already. I'm only through episode 1, so. Oh, you tried a new golf simulator lounge. That's cool. Oh, that's good. Man, you're doing good work. I like it. You know what? I may try Tulsa King out. Megan is interested in that show. It's hard for me to do shows that are too stressful, though, especially if they're really well written. Yellowstone was hard for me. I stopped at season 4. I know how it's going to end anyway, because I'm a writer. At least I know how I would end it. Based on the 1889 or whatever that number show is, that's the prequel, and then based on the way that the current series is going, I have a prediction for that show, but I'm not going to share it because I don't want to ruin it for anyone, because I'm pretty sure it's right. Maybe it's not right. I said it to somebody. Oh, I said it to one of my friends who's an author who hates all good things. And I'm not going to say who his name is, but he doesn't like Mandalorian. And he was just making fun of Yellowstone and saying it's poorly written and overdone. I don't know. I feel like it's pretty good. It's pretty awesome. But it's too good for me. It's too stressful. I don't like to be stressed out when I'm watching shows. I like to just enjoy them and sit back, strap the seatbelt on and just go, you know. I just like to enjoy the ride. A bit of Nick, eh? Interesting. Just about all of his movies. Oh, yeah. Put the money back in. Deep cut. Love it. Planning. Like ordering the airplanes. No. Well, I have been looking. This week I have done quite a bit of airplane stuff because we are going to be going abroad this spring to, or late winter. We're going abroad to have a look around. We're going to go have a look around at some places that we might relocate to for a year. So we're discussing moving abroad for a year and then coming back next year. So we'll see what happens. The discussions have intensified. Not in a bad way. There's no yelling. Just um, getting, pretty serious. So we'll see what happens. It would be a much different backdrop to have the shows in this new location, this new undisclosed location. Yeah, you do binge. You're a binger. Oh my goodness. Look at all these comments. Watched the entire. Yeah, you watched Andor. All right. I've finished Andor. Look, half at the characters. They're so. Now Yellowstone has Harrison Ford in it. Yeah. Yeah, and I haven't really. I discussed the Indiana Jones trailer a little bit. Maybe I'll do that one next week, in next week's show or on Sunday on Coffee Nation. I'm extremely excited about that movie, though. Yeah, I've heard the seasons are drawn out, Cheryl. That's what I'm hearing. Top 12 books. Oh, cool. Thank you. Excellent. Excellent. I slipped mine in there, just because it is going to be one of the top 12 books that you should read this year. Poseidon's Fury is a fantastic adventure that I wish that I could enjoy reading, but I don't read my own work. So I think you guys are going to love it. It's my editor really, really enjoyed it, and he's seen a lot of work. So he doesn't typically blow smoke. So I'm going by what he says. When he tells me, Ernie, you don't have the chops anymore, that's the day that I have to retire. Yeah, I'm excited about that potential, but I'm also a little nervous about my kid. I don't want her to be unhappy leaving her friends for 11 months, 12 months, whatever. So and stop writing some, or does no, I don't write the screenplays. I can't write those scripts. I mean, I could, but I don't. I did a script one time years and years ago. 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I wrote a script for The Dream Writer, and it was not great. I got amazing feedback from a director named Wynn Koslick, who's based out of South Carolina. At least he was at the time. Tremendous guy, really took time to help me understand what I did wrong, what I needed to change. But I also realized screenwriting's not my strength. Authors are not screenwriters. Some authors can do it, but typically we're too verbose. And screenwriters they write more like summaries for the directors. I am good with the dialogue, so I could probably get away with it on that end. But yeah, I hope I'm not close to retirement. Not yet. Oh, okay, half a book behind. So, in the clickbaity title of this show and in the description, I said I would talk a little bit about some of the shows that I've watched recently, and so we'll start with last night. So all these people that work with Megan, they know that my wife is she's got a little bit of a dark side, a little goth side to her. So we were, I'd actually seen, Wednesday in the suggested shows or whatever multiple times, and I didn't. It immediately clicked with me with I was like, oh my goodness, they made a show about Wednesday Addams. I had heard nothing about it. Like I don't get on social media a lot except for with you guys in the Hunters and Runners group and then on my author page. But I don't see a lot of topics coming through my feeds like that. And so But when I saw it, I was like, oh, sweet. They made a show dedicated to Wednesday Addams. And growing up, I liked the Addams Family. I thought it was kooky and spooky and, like the song says, but I enjoyed watching it. And I was kind of, it was an interesting series, right? And, um, and I liked the first movie that came out, and specifically really loved the actors that played the mother and father, um, Gomez and Morticia. The actor and actress that played them were really really good, and so I liked those movies. I thought that I liked the first one. I can't remember if I watched the second one, but they're a bit odd, right? And that's sort of their whole shtick. But this this show, so we watched it last night, and apparently Megan's coworkers have been telling her, you got to watch this, you're gonna love it. We watched episode 1 last night, and I looked at Megan and afterwards, and I said, "What'd you think?" And she said, "It was cute." And I was like, "Cute? You people are being shredded to bits." I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but I was like, I mean, yeah, I guess there's parts of it that are kind of cutish, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed taking this character that was so quiet and so dark and just so like mysterious, and expanding her out. Like they just took this character and they went, boom, here you go. Here's a little backstory. We'll drip in a little backstory. We'll sprinkle in, you know, a little action ability. So not only is she an intriguing and troubled young lass, but she's also kind of a tough girl. And I love the action sequences in this show so far. And the action sequences are like action movie stunt worthy action sequences. I thought they were really cool, really fluid, well choreographed. And it makes you like, oh yeah, cool. Now the opening scene's a little dark with the red belly piranhas, but don't mess with her brother. That's the theme of that. So, oh, you just looked in the reflection in the window, like Megan was floating on air, but realized that was your flag. Yeah, I gotta take the flag down. That's a year old now. I gotta replace it. Sorry, I can picture you as doing TikTok that has come out of Wednesday. Nope, I'm not really doing TikTok anymore. Yeah, it's not really. I just stick into this and Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Really trying to create more stuff for YouTube to entertain and educate. But as a writer, I really liked. Okay, Keith, thank you. As a writer, though, I really liked how they set this story up, and they get you in quickly with a really good hook. The very first scene hooks you, which is great writing. They leave you on a cliffhanger at the end of episode 1 that makes you say, all right, cool, now what? And that's what you want when you're writing a story, when you're writing chapters. And that's the way that these hour-long or 30-minute long shows for 8 to 12 episodes play out. They play out like chapters. Oh, that was really well done. The Addams Family is a little over the top and over top silly in certain ways. The romance with the mom and the dad is a little overdone. And that's the way it's always been. It's always they're just super in love with each other in this creepy way, and they played that exactly like the show played it. They did it just right, and I loved Thing had a little spice to him. That was cool. Haven't seen much out of Lurch yet, but you never really see a whole lot out of Lurch in the old days. it'd be cool to see him sort of play the role of like a bodyguard type, that he's really like a silent assassin, and he's like big and methodical, but then he can like move really fast and beat the crap out of people if needed. But I don't know if that's going to happen. But I do anticipate Uncle Fester coming into play. I saw some clips of him in future episodes, so this should be fun. So far, yeah, I'm going to watch episode 2. I enjoyed it. Not too bad. Netflix, Amazon, yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah. Happy Epiphany, time to take down. I don't like that time. I don't like taking down the Christmas decorations. That's not what I want to do. I want to leave them up. I want the. I'll take down certain things, but it signals this dark time, that this hopeless, grim period of the year that I call January to September, which is there are no cool holidays except Patty's Day. July 4 here is pretty cool, but I mean, we don't decorate for that here. We don't really do Patty's Day decorations here. And so the next, I'm already looking forward to Halloween. So, Halloween is when we bust out the decorations in September to get ready. We do fall decorations in August, which is a touch early. It's not fall yet, but we like the leaves. But we do that for a month, and then we go straight into Halloween. And from Halloween, November 1st, we go into Christmas time and prep for Thanksgiving. And so now we have 9 months of nothing, and nary a holiday to get me by. So I'll just have to work through it. But I like to leave the decorations up a little longer, especially on the inside of the house. It's fun to have them up. Certain things. We don't do Valentine's Day. That's not our thing. My kid likes Easter, but that's a kid's thing. I don't know what May Day is. Solstice, nah, seems disingenuous to me. For me, not for you, Sam. For me, it would be like forced. No, I don't really care about Easter. I don't really care about. My wife and I don't do Valentine's Day. Hello, Megan. Um, yeah, yeah, exactly. National Bird Day. Why not Valentine's Day? Um, we just don't do it. We're not interested in it. Some people really love Valentine's Day. It's the time where, hey, Kat, what's up? Some people love it. Some people want to, use that as their special time with that special someone. I guess for me, growing up, I didn't have a whole lot of special Valentine's Days. And then on top of that, I'm not going to bash it because people, there's people out there that love it. So it's just, we're not, neither one of us are interested in it. We don't care about it. And so we don't exchange gifts. We don't, when we say Happy Valentine's Day to each other, it's joking. I don't know, but we go all in on Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. That's just it. We go all in on those. So, but I do special things every day. Every day is a Valentine's Day special. Cinco de Mayo's fun. That's fair, Ray. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, and don't forget to chase away those January blues. There's a fun giveaway going on over at the Hunters and Runners group. You should check it out. It doesn't make me... Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be blue all the time about it. I'm not going to sit around here and be glum. for the next 9 months. I got stuff to do. I got things to do. What? Sweetest day in October? Halloween? No, we love Halloween. Happy Friday, Terry. Yeah, it feels warm and inviting. My mom keeps her Christmas tree up until her birthday, which is February 17th. Now, our neighbors over here, I can't be sure because I've only been in their house once since they moved in. But I think I've looked over there in the middle of the year and still seen their Christmas tree up year round. Now, I can get down with that. I mean, if I could live at Santa's workshop, I would. But it's so far from the sandy beaches. It's close to the Arctic Ocean. Well, there you go. There's a glass half full. Happy birthday this month. Yeah, Cinco's fun. Cinco's fun. I don't get to celebrate it like I used to. It's when I was younger. BC, before kids. Or children, before children. That would be BK. That doesn't make any sense. My thinking. I love every month. Okay, there you go. Oh, yeah. Well, it's not. Look, it's over for me. It's over for Everton. Blues are going down, probably. I mean, look, if they don't get relegated, it'll be by the thinnest of margins. So, we'll see what happens. But so I back to the topics. So I watched. We'll come back to Andor in a minute, but I had no idea this was coming out. I had no idea Nick Cage was doing a vampire movie. And so I saw the trailer I don't even know how I saw the trailer for Renfield today. I don't know what I was doing and how I saw it, but I was like, whoa, what is this? I mean, the guy walks into this group session, right? And I've run some group sessions like that before, back when I was in psych. And so I was like, oh, okay, it's like this is gonna be fun. And clearly, this guy looks like a vampire, right? He's really pale and looks like he hasn't seen the sun in a million years. But I'm like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. What is this? No, totally blind going into this, right? And oh yeah, Pigeon Forge is fun. So thank you, Neil. I appreciate it. So this trailer pops up. I'm like, all right. So I'm watching it, and immediately I'm hooked into the dialogue, the funny, quirky way that they did the support group with this guy who's clearly got some sort of really dark secret going on. And then it kicks into gear, right? And it gets going, and you find out that he's working for for Dracula, right? And so it's still unclear like why he has to work for Dracula, but it seems to me like maybe because like he's got to bring him people to feed on, which I know is dark, but that's a vampire for you. And so he's got to bring him food, right? And then he realizes at the end, as he's working through this with the support counselor, the guy's like, Renfield realizes if I don't feed him, then he won't grow to full strength. He won't grow to full power, right? And so he realizes, oh, and I'm like, whoa, this is a cool concept. I really like this. And then it shows some action sequences too. Some really good action. So like there's sort of like a hero thing going on there. I'm excited for it. I'm going to definitely watch that movie when it comes out. I can't wait to see it. People are dropping off. The viewers are dropping out of the show now. Come on. Don't drop out of the show, especially on YouTube. Got to get that watch time up. I don't know what St. George's, David's Day, and Burns Night is. Diwali, we've been to a Diwali celebration, but those are at different times every year, it seems. Ghost Rider, yeah, I haven't seen that, but I do know that he was in it. Okay, Neil, go to sleep. Sleep well, my friend. So, yeah, I'm excited about this Renfield movie. I am really interested in this. So, that should be good. The trailer was really well done. I don't really like, Nick Cage's teeth. There's a lot of pointy teeth. If I had to pick out one thing, seems like they're all fangs, but whatever. Mm, You know. So I was talking about we finished. Nope. My first two lovebirds were Edward and Bella after the 12. Oh, okay. So I finished Andor before we went down to Miami for New Year's, and I really the first four episodes of that first season were extremely slow. Like it was written, and I've mentioned this before on the show where it talked about what's up, Dennis, where I talked about how it's like written like a fantasy novel, which is those are slow in developing. A lot of character build up and development, and a lot of slow churning stuff. But being a fan of fantasy, I can deal with that. I haven't finished the Rings of Power yet. I think I'm only in episode 2 of that, and so uh, am I episode 3? I think I'm about to start episode 3, maybe tonight if I'm lucky. But watched Andor, and I really liked the way that it ended season 1. I like where the story's going. I think it's really cool that Andor. We didn't know much about him until Rogue One, really. But and maybe I haven't watched all the animated series from Star Wars yet, and I do like Star Wars a lot. I'm a big Star Wars fan, but the what I'm really intrigued by is the character development of Mon Mothma, because Mon Mothma, if you remember, was in Return of the Jedi and was like the supreme leader of the rebellion. Like she was basically running the show, and she has a role in some of the animated shows and stuff like that. So I'm really excited. Yeah, it didn't stop me from watching it either, Diane. I'm with you. Hey, KV, it's good to see you. Yes, they did. They looked good. Only gonna get better. So yeah, I really enjoyed the first season of Andor. I'm not gonna give any spoilers away. It was hard to see certain characters uh, not make it out. Um, I won't say who they killed off and who they didn't. But there were, I mean, that's the rebellion for you. There's a lot of that going on, and it's like some of the characters said. This is this is the most important thing, and anything else is kind of like a bonus. You take the scraps from the rest, for the rest of your life, because your life is the rebellion. It was a cool concept. I really liked the action sequences. I love the Axis character, the main guy who's kind of funneling the money to make this whole thing happen. And it was cool. Forrest Whitaker's in there, and you see him in Rogue One, and that's really cool. So yeah, I think you're getting the backstory for that guy. You're getting a lot of character fill in from you know the whole franchise, and I think that's cool. I can't wait for Ahsoka. Ahsoka's gonna be fun. So yeah, but it is always sad when beloved characters die. That's why I don't. That's why I don't kill them off. Oh, don't worry, Ray. I am writing book. I'm not. I'm writing more books, buddy. You don't have to worry about that. But I can't do it all day. I can do it for, some hours. And I have other stuff to work on, and I got, other things I got to do in the book business to keep things going. So it's not all just giggles and typing. But yeah, I do. I'm working on the next series, and then or the next book. So, but yeah, this is at night. Watching one thing, we watch one episode. We don't even watch something every night. Sometimes it's just a couple nights a week. But last night we spent an hour watching. Now I did, as much as I can binge something, we burned through Ancient Apocalypse pretty fast on Netflix. We were watching that every night for about a week or however long. And I really loved Ancient Apocalypse with Graham Hancock. I'm interested to see if he's going to do another season on a different concept. But it was interesting at the end of one of the last episode, or one of the last episodes. That's right. I got to live a full life. So I gotta watch Netflix for an hour, Disney Plus for an hour. It does help fuel the creative juices to watch those things. Yeah. So I'll answer these questions in a second. But what was I talking about? I don't even remember. Kathy Bates style. Up airplane flight path. Yeah. Anyway, at the end of Ancient Apocalypse, he shows a bunch of different locations that Native Americans and indigenous peoples had constructed long ago, thousands of years ago. And he one of them even appeared on the screen as I was like, is he gonna mention Etowah Indian Mounds? Yep, there it is, and it pops up, Etowah Indian Mounds, Cartersville, Georgia. Yep, that's right down the road, and I included that in the Sean Wyatt series. And he didn't have Fort Mountain on there, so I'm considering reaching out to Graham. He doesn't know who I am. Some would say he's above my pay grade, but you never know if you don't ask. I want to reach out to him and see if I can interest him in a little tour of the wall at Fort Mountain in Chatsworth, Georgia, to see what he thinks. And after watching Ancient Apocalypse, I have some new theories on it. Some brand spanking new theories on that wall and how it came to be and why it's there. So I'll have to go back down there and visit again, and I'll have to reanalyze the maps a little bit. I did spend a good amount of time on the plane ride down to Miami studying the map on the flight status thing. I was zooming in to certain parts of the world because I like doing that. And I found some things that I'm going to have to look at some other digital maps to see if it's, like what I was seeing on there was accurate. But what I saw, and I'm not revealing anything yet, was absolutely astounding. And if I'm correct, it's definitely going to come into play in one of my stories in the future. What I saw on those maps. So this plays into the same question. Allison wants to know when the next book project. What is the next book project? And Dennis has answered it. I have started on Gideon Wolf 3, Crimson Winter. That is going to be the next project that drops. And I don't know when it will be released. If I had to guess, probably March. I really want to try to get out 6 to 8 books this year. We'll see how things go. I'm certainly capable of that pace. I did 5 last year. Already got 1 coming, so we'll see. Should be doable. Plan is to release at least 2 and maybe 3 Sean Wyatt books this year, 2 Dak Harper books, and 1 or 2 Gideon Wolf books. And I've got to take a hard look at doing another PAD book because A lot of y'all have been clamoring for that and want to see Paranormal Archaeology Division return to the spotlight. So, working on it. I'm working on stuff, but I just started Crimson Winter. Appropriate since it's winter right now. And so, yeah, that'll be the next thing that's coming out after Sean Wyatt 22, Poseidon's Fury. Yeah, you told me that. You told me that, and I really appreciate that. Very cool. This next story, Crimson Winter, is going to have more elements that blend sort of a Sean Wyatt style, Relic Runner style with that genre. So there's going to be a lot more. There's going to be more history and more mystery and adventure and action. And I think that you're really gonna like this next one. It's pretty. I'm excited about it. So I'm excited about telling the story. So there you go. There's the answer. Can I put up the link for people to pre-order Poseidon's Fury? I can't because I'm on my phone, and if I tap one of these other tabs, I'll probably shut down the web streaming, the live stream, which I'm gonna do in a few minutes because it's time and I gotta make dinner. But yeah, there you go. I am. So one thing I'm really excited about is with Gideon. Oh, cool. I'm really excited about Gideon because it's gonna dive into a mystery and a historical figure that I have loved since elementary school. Since I was in grade school, I started reading about this character from history, real person, truly a fascinating individual, and so I'm really excited to try to pull back a layer to the onion that is his story, and that's all the spoiler you're gonna get. It's a guy, so a guy from history. So there, now I've narrowed the possibilities down by 50% for you. Poseidon counts as this year's book, so I didn't write it this year, but I'm publishing it this year. I want to publish 6 to 8 books this year, so we'll just see how it goes. I just gotta. Any book signings? I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't planned any. Um, I don't really do a lot of signings because unless it's at a conference, and I haven't done any conference signings in years. So, if people ask me to come somewhere, I'll do signings. That's fine by me. I don't think it works that way. I think you're supposed to call them. You call the bookstores and the shops and things like that, and you set them up. I haven't done that. Partly because it seems inefficient, because I've done that gig before with the rock band when I was with Soul Crush. You go to a bar to play a show on a Tuesday night and nobody knows who you are, so there's 5 people there, and one of them likes your music, right? So then you get that feel like you're kind of just sitting there like an idiot for a few hours. I've seen that. I've seen it at Barnes and Noble with authors that people don't know who they are. Or they haven't done any huge, the store doesn't do any press for them, and so if somebody asks me to come do a signing somewhere, I'm happy to do that. If it's in the area or whatever, or where I am gonna be, I don't mind doing that. There you go. Any Kindle reader giveaways? Collecting them. Yeah, maybe at the end of this month, I think I'm doing one. I can't remember. I don't remember what happened with that. I got to double check on that. That's funny. Unless it's in Chattanooga, that all of the Collegedale shows up and they all know and like you. That's not true. I mean, they all like me, yes, because I'm a friendly sort, but um, I don't think that a lot of people show up. Well, that they did it at the Ottawa thing. We had a good little turnout there. We had like 15 people turn up for that signing event, and that was good. But you're also family, and half of you came to see your son, my my co-author. By the way, cuz like, and I know that I say cuz to a lot of people on here, but she's actually for real married to my cousin, so I call her cuz. She's cousin by marriage. But I mentioned this to Scott prior to the holidays, and I wanted to have you guys over. So during the holidays, which is now too late, but I know that that time's busy. But we need to get you guys over for dinner sometime. So shoot me a text message about your schedule, maybe for next week. Yeah, somebody asked me what I was making for dinner, and definitely check out the Hunters and Runners page. You won't be blue if you go there. You'll that visiting the Hunters and Runners page will chase away the blues. I'm also wearing my St. Louis Blues shirt, although I'm a Nashville Predators fan more now than Blues. Grew up cheering for the Blues, and the Preds got a team, and Nashville got a team. Yeah. So what am I making for dinner tonight? So I'm gonna roast some broccoli and tomatoes, and make some basmati rice. Probably have a little cottage cheese on the side, and I don't know. Other than that, maybe some grilled chicken. We'll see. I haven't really thought that far ahead yet, but my stomach is telling me to do it. So I'm like, oh, it's about that time. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, you're in. Scott blows me off all the time. You know, my own cousin. My own cousin just blows me off. Oh, yeah. Well, that's very sweet. Thank you, Diane. That's very kind of you. There is a shop in East Ridge that will love to have a book signing. I'll get back to you. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah. The antiques place, it's hard to keep up with you. You're always doing different work at different places. I couldn't believe it when we went through the Christmas light thing over there in East Ridge and you were there doing donations, taking donations, which is super good. I love I love that charity part of it that they do there. I'm super jealous of everyone in that neighborhood, by the way. That little like 6 house street. Like they're all in every year on mega Christmas. Like we go through there every year, and I don't know anything about those people, but I think it's pretty awesome what they do. And it's cool that they donate money, they collect money and donate it. I have. Yes, I have given you that for sure. That's a green light. It's not a blue light, it's a green light. Bye, Sam. I'll see you soon. Sam Nash, everybody. Sam Nash, everybody, from Historical Times Magazine, if you haven't checked it out. It's a quality periodical. I look at it every month. Owned by the same man. All of the houses. One guy does it. Oh, all of the houses. Okay. Wow. Amazing. Does he just rent those houses out? I guess the people that live there have got to be okay with like 3 weeks of knowing that once it's dark, they're not getting out of their driveways. And I mean, I'd be fine with that. Just, get Uber Eats in there. You got to get some food. Lovely to see you, Sam. Lovely to see all of you guys. Well, I'm gonna head on in, get some grub. Listen, you guys will be back on Sunday morning, maybe right here. We'll see how cold it is Sunday morning for Coffee Nation. I know that I hope that Paul is here to watch the show. I know he and Perk Coffee Forever are really big on the Coffee Nation show. So perhaps we will see you guys Sunday morning. I will be here. That's the plan. So y'all have a great weekend. Yes, Sam also writes great books. Thank you, Allison. Correct. Sam Nash is also an author. She's not just a historian, she's also an author. Or not just a web developer. All right, y'all. Love you guys. I'll see you on Sunday morning. The hot cup of joe. Y'all take it easy. And thank you for joining me for Drinks with Dempsey.